This was requested by a commenter just called Sam. So, Sam, thank you very much. This is the first song I'm teaching off of 12 Golden Country Greats, I believe, which is a great album. I don't know why, it took me about a week or so to warm up to it. I don't know why, but right after that week, I don't know why, but it's a fantastic album. Lots of great songs on it. This is one of the best ones on it. And if you're a fan of Ween, you already know the whole spiel about how they got the Nashville guys to come and record it. But I looked it up just to make sure who was credited to guitar on this. And the only person credited to guitar specifically, other than Dean and Gene on their guitar solos for I Don't Want to Leave You on the Farm and Fluffy, respectively, is a guy named Pete Wade. And his guitar work on this is really exquisite. The solos are very melodic and they're very dynamic, just satisfying on the classical guitar. Sounds like it. Spanish guitar, whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to him because it's really great work. I'm going to teach the chords, the basic chords, and then I'm just going to sort of teach how I like to pick it to make it have that more full band sound. Then I'm going to teach both of the guitar solos, and I'm going to sort of emulate certain parts of the pedal steel, though not, too awful specific. It's just more so just parts here and there that I think are sort of integral to the song. I'm definitely not gonna teach the whole pedal steel solo, because maybe if I was like Guthrie Govan or somebody and I was like a real pro, I could emulate it on my guitar, but I'm not those people. So anyway, chords. So right off the bat, G, B minor, A minor, G. And the G I like to play like this, with the third note of the B, third fret. And then A minor, D, G, D. And then for the D in this song, for the most part, you really want to make sure that you have that note on the bass, on the low string. Then E minor, C, D, G, then whoever loved me, C, D, you'll go easy on me, G, D, E minor, then A7. For a while I'll come around, D. Think I spent the dog food money, A minor, D, will love me just the G, D, E minor, C, D, then G, then lick. And those are the chords, and then at the end it just repeats that in the last note. Really love me, baby, help me scrape the mucus off of my brain. If you love me, baby, help me scrape the mucus off my brain. Like that. Alright, and now sort of go into the picking. I don't have a particular picking pattern here. It's just sort of certain notes to emphasize. And you could like finger pick this. You could do what I'm doing and sort of hybrid pick it. That's just how I like to do it. Or you could just like pick it with a pick. Like that. So it really doesn't matter. The one part that I just do like to you can just strum this whole thing if you want, but I like to make it sound a bit more full bandy. The one part that I do like to just strum is actually the main part. I think that sounds better if you just strum it like that. But for the A minor, it's for most of these, it's just like a hammer on a certain string that I like to emphasize. So I'm just going to name the string for which chord it is, because you can see which note I'm hammering onto if I just point out the string. So for A minor, it's the G string, and then D. On there, it's like the open, and then G, and then for there, it's the third fret to second, and then E minor, it's the D string, and then C, D. The walk up here. Alright, so that's just the third fret E twice, and then open to 2 on the A, and then C, and then there here's where I like to emphasize the hammer on the D on the C, and then D, and then open on the D there, and then, and there's like another case where it's important to keep that walk down, so that's where you get that low note on the D, and that's where you, 3rd fret there, and the D, and then A7 there. I don't really hammer on anything on the A7. Occasionally I just like to throw in the hammer on the B there, but you don't have to. And then the D, and the D here right before like the chorus, if you want to call it that, is so that's just like you throw in the, right, that's basically what that is. So it's open E, 3rd fret of the D, 3rd fret of the B, sorry, then 2nd fret, you hammer on the 2nd fret of the high E, then you hit the chord like that, and then A minor, so that's the basics of that. Now I'm going to attempt to sort of do some of the pedal steel stuff, just to, you know, just sort of emulate some of it. So for the main kind of hook of the song, right, so that's how I like to do it. So that's just doing 6th, so it's the same note on the same fret on the G and high E string, 7. You slide up there, then slide down, and then do the 4th and 3rd respectively on the G and high E. Then slide up there, which can be kind of tricky, but you kind of hammer on with your ring finger on the high E, and you slide up like that with your middle finger. And then I like to do the D-shaped chord on the top 3 strings there with the open D there to make it sound fuller. You could just go, just do that, but I prefer, right? I just think it sounds a bit better like that. There's one part where there's fill that kind of sounds like this. Right, so that's just 3rds up on the top 3 strings. You can see what it is, but so I mean you could see what they are. It's the B and high E strings that I'm on. So I'm gonna slowly sort of pick it, and you could just pick it like that if you want. Right, so that's just of that, and then that's the sort of important to that part of the song, the right. Again, just I like to hyper pick these, but again you can just pick these, and then for the after the help me scrape the mucus off my brain, I like to do this, right? So that's 10 on the high E, 12 on the B, then you slide down to 10 on the B, then 8, right? And then I like to, right, slide up there on the same thing you did before, and then slide again like you did before, and then do that. So, right? Not super easy, but that's how I like to do it. It's kind of stuff. Right? And then towards the very end, there's this one, I think it's the violins do it, the strings do it, but I just really like the arrangement, how it sounds like this. So that's just the 6th there. You can see, again, just G and B string, you can see what notes. G and high E, sorry. Then 12. then so hit them, then hammer on away from on the high E string, the 14, 12. Hammer on, then hit it again. Then hit that. And then just do the same lick. I think it's just a nice little sounding thing to put near the end of the song. Okay, so the guitar solos, again, really cool. Starts off like this after the "Help me scrape the mucus off my brain." So you're going to start up here. Alright, so it's like a D shape there. But I suggest you do it like this. I prefer it that way. Where you bar 7th fret and then you put the other finger on the B string there. Then do that. This is on the high E string. Then you pick that. This is on the B string. All those are picked. Then trill there. Hammer on, pull off. Right, so then you go there, and then 9 on the D, 7 on the D, then 10 on the D, then 7 to 8. Then go here on the B. Then he goes 7. Then 7, 8, 7, 9 on the G. And then this lick is kind of cool. So what he's probably doing is sliding there on the B string. So hit, slide down, and then hit. Then doing the same thing on the D and A string. Sorry. So you can also try and kind of pick it, which I think is a bit more easy to, because it's pretty fast lick, like that. But it's really satisfying. And then and I kind of like to throw in the open D here, so you can also do that. Alright, so you're going to kind of bend up there, or you can slide up, and then so I mean, you can see the notes. So there's this D string, then G string there on the 4th, and then so then and then all right, so then hit that note, hit the D string 5th fret, then G string 7th, then D string again, hit that note twice up there, and then like that. So climb up like that, and you're winding up there on the 7th fret, and then you're gonna hold that and then slide up and then hit it again on the 10th fret, and then hit that and then end it like this with on the 8th fret of the B. All right. Just like that. Alright, and then the pedal steel, which I'm not going to bother with, but it sounds great. And then the guitar comes back in. So this is chromatic walk up on the G string. Does it twice, then right? So then down D string. And then he's going to go here on the 3rd fret of the B. Right, so 3 to 5 on the B. Then 2, 3, 5 on the high E. Then 2, 3. Go back down. 3. He kind of quietly comes back down to the 3rd fret of the B. Then I think he pulls off slightly there, but there's the open B string in there, and you can pick it if you want. And I think he picks all of these, but it's after the open B string, right? So that's 3, 2 open to the 2nd of the D twice. And then he's going to jump back up here and go. So he's going to play that 8th of the B and then go on the E string. So that's how. So and then he's going to go. So this is on the D and G. Hits the 9th on the D, then the 7 on the G. And then he hits them both. And the way I like to do it is I like to slide that up. So that's just, again, just slide that down 2 frets and then do the major there on the 5th and 4th. And again, I like to slide that last one up from 1 fret behind. And that should be it. Yeah, there's really cool stuff going on. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have fun learning it.